Welcome to the next 2025 State of the Industry address. This is our moment to share how we see iGaming today, how it's evolving, and how that perspective drives our next 2026 strategy. Our mission is bold, to become the world's iGaming community. And transparency is at the core of that journey. And that is why we are here today. Let's start with the big picture. In 2025, one trend that became impossible to ignore is that the gray is disappearing. Markets are going either black or white. On the one side, regulated, safe, investable. On the other hand, enforced, off-limits, and shutting down. Recently, Japan and India are two examples of two markets that turned to the black, where enforcement is ramping up and operators are now exiting as a result. The middle ground is shrinking, and every operator, every supplier, and every investor must now choose where they stand. Now, let me share 3 data points that show how Next fits into this changing world. First is our media. Our news portal grew 91% year on year, and we are now trending towards 2.5 million page views this year. Our podcast grew 36% and is trending towards 500,000 organic video views in 2025. It is by far the biggest podcast of the industry, and that growth has truly solidified us as the premier source for trusted iGaming news, insights, and analytics. In the past 6 months alone, Next has been quoted by Bloomberg, CNBC, The Times, Business Insider, Aftonbladet, and many, many more. The world's most respected newsrooms now turn to us when they write about our industry. Why? Because our strong editorial policies and industry-leading editorial team ensure fair and credible reporting. And to that end, some of our most read stories in 2025 were: number 1, we revealed that the EU is launching legal action against Malta's Bill 55, a bill that is designed to protect Maltese gambling operators from questionable legal actions from abroad claiming back player losses. Number 2, we broke the news that the Evolution short seller reports that came out a few years ago, which wiped billions of Evolution's market cap, came from an Israeli intelligence firm run by ex-Mossad agents called Blackcube. The question is still unanswered. Who commissioned Blackcube? And in the US, we've led the coverage on sweepstakes verticals legal battles, as the debate is ongoing on where the legal situation will settle on the sweepstakes gambling on a state-to-state basis. These stories prove one thing. Next isn't just reporting the industry. We are shaping the conversation. Second is events. We are proud to have led the way for a more diverse event landscape by introducing health and lifestyle activities as a core part of our event strategy, as we recognize that all our delegates are individuals of all kinds of backgrounds. Previously, it was only possible to network in bar environments. And whilst evening activities are still important, we've made sure to also offer a wider range of activities to network around, such as golf, paddle, yoga, ice bath, and even cultural activities. This means that every one of our delegates can create their own bespoke schedule that fits their own personal interest mixed with their own professional needs. As a result, in 2025, we saw record numbers across our networking activities. And because of our success, we are proud that other conference organizers are following suit and adding their own health and lifestyle activities as well to make the industry better. And in general, 2025 was the year our summits became record-breaking. Our retreats set a new standard with sea-level attendance, intimate settings, and serious business and relaxed environments. Next New York grew 30% to 1,221 delegates, proving that the US market is far from settled. And Next Valletta had its biggest year ever, becoming Malta's flagship summit and one of the most important global gatherings for serious business and big conversations. At the same time, it is clear that a certain event fatigue due to the overwhelming event calendar is somewhat settling in amongst industry professionals who don't want to spend most of their time away from their families. To us, that means that only the conferences with a strong purpose will continue to thrive into the future. And that is why we are hyper-focusing on our shows, ensuring that they remain the most well-organized summits of the entire industry. Third is partnerships. We've expanded from 120 partners in 2024 to 250 in 2025. That's not just growth, that's the industry uniting through Next. And B2B marketing is constantly evolving. Our partners are demanding more from us each year. Clearer results, clearer ROI, and strong partnerships beyond the standard proposal decks. We are constantly working with our partners to ensure that we deliver on their terms. And as a result, partners come back to us in greater numbers each year. Now, I want to leave the word over to our leadership team, who will reveal some of their findings. So first up is Stuart Crowley, Head of Media.
Hi everyone, Stuart here, Next.io's Head of Media. I'll be giving you a rundown of some really interesting findings from our news coverage and media data before giving you an exclusive first look at what's next for Next Media. But first, we're really grateful to you, our dear viewers, listeners, and readers who have helped Next become the market leader in iGaming media. We break exclusives, we set the agenda, we host the industry's go-to podcast, where the biggest names want to talk because decision makers actually watch. Now, let's jump into what the data tells us about the industry right now, the trends you need to know, and how audiences are consuming content. The US and sweepstakes are on fire. They lead our YouTube watch time, while stories around compliance and enforcement spike reads. Outside the US, Brazil and South Africa are emerging key markets to watch. We are certainly seeing that through our readership data that leaders want clear paths to compliant growth. And when rules move, the audience move too. Regulation is our biggest reader magnet. We will continue to bring you precise breakdowns on what's changed, who's affected, and what to do next. And faces beat logos every time. People-led stories consistently outperform promos. On LinkedIn, months led by people-centric posts see greater engagement and stronger comment threads. Leadership moves and founder opinions really do travel. This year, we crossed 1.22 million site views in the first half of 2025 alone. We've already surpassed 2024's yearly total. That's exponential growth. News stories delivered more than 722,000 of those, which is a massive indicator of content appetite. And that's not just interest, it's intent, which is why our advertising partners value appearing beside quality journalism. And we've known for years that video is a growing medium for B2B industries, but the proof is in the data. Views and hours watched have more than doubled from 2024 on our YouTube channel. And again, we're only in the first half of the year. 287,000 views and more than 20,000 hours watched. And LinkedIn is no different. We've seen hundreds of thousands of views this year. Our watch time and retention is above industry benchmarks, confirming that named companies and problem-solving stories keep decision makers tuned in. And on LinkedIn, our content and newsletters don't just reach, they perform. We consistently outperform industry benchmarks for engagement and click-through, especially when we focus on useful explainers and people-centric stories. That's what drives comments, bookmarking, and meaningful interactions. LinkedIn has become a real engine for action, not just vanity. And all of that signal shapes our 2026 plan with 3 big moves. Are you ready? Let's go. We're upgrading. News 2.0 means a bigger newsroom, localized coverage starting with journalists in Brazil, and a new research arm delivering deep dive reports and white papers. And we've already locked in our first 3 reports with Sporting Tech across 3 markets over the next 3 quarters. It's industry first, faster to clarity, and built for decision makers. And we're pushing the throttle on community because it matters. Without you, there is no us. We're building a space that unites the industry digitally and physically. Expect more ways to learn, interact, network, and most importantly, have fun. Platform details are to follow. This is a genuine long-term commitment to connection. You have my word about that. And we're going bigger on video. On-site spotlights at your event booths, exciting locations that you can request to us. More podcast episodes with the best minds in iGaming. And at the heart of it all, new ways to tell stories that travel. This is how you will be seen and remembered. We are the market leader in iGaming media, but we're just getting started. If you're making a difference in our industry or a change maker, bring it to Next.io. We'll make it clear, we'll get it seen, and prove that it worked. Thank you very much for listening.
I'm gonna take whatever is mine.
Hello everyone! In the event operations department of Next.io, we pride ourselves on creating more than just events. We create experiences that shape how our industry comes together. And this past year has been a clear sign that what we're building resonates deeply with all of you. Let me share a few highlights from 2025. In Valletta, we saw a 30% increase in participation in our sporting activities. Every single one of them was fully booked, even though we expanded the program. It's a strong signal that health, wellness, and balance are becoming very important networking and business components. Across the Atlantic, Next New York grew by 30% to 1,221 delegates. That's an incredible leap forward and a strong indication that the US market is heating up, despite what many critics might think. And perhaps the metric I'm personally most proud of, Next Valletta achieved an industry-leading delegate satisfaction score of 8.59 out of 10. That tells us something simple but powerful. When people come at Next event, they get a real value. They leave inspired, connected, and energized. But of course, we are only just getting started. Let me share what's coming in 2026. Next Valletta is expanding. For the first time, we're introducing the affiliate zone, where operators will be able to exhibit and connect directly with affiliates. And because we believe in ending things with a bang, we are also making our legendary Showers Pool Party at Café Del Mar, the official closing celebration of the summit. Mark your calendars, 25th to 30th of May 2026. Our next 2 treats have established themselves as the most exclusive and sought-after experiences in iGaming. And next year, we are raising the bar. We'll be heading to Portugal, Cancun, and Brazil. And for our Cyprus regulars, don't worry, we are moving that retreat to a stunning 5-star resort just outside of Lisbon. And finally, as our community grows, so does our team. We are looking for the most passionate event people possible to help us scale this incredible journey. Roles like Head of Partnerships, Head of Global Events, and Partnership Manager. If you want to be part of the most exciting growth in iGaming story, come talk to us. 2025 was proof of what we think community can achieve when it comes together. 2026 will be our biggest leap yet. Thank you for being part of it.
Hey everyone, in this update, I'll share 3 key insights on how we reach our audience, how we build trust, and how we create stronger results for our events and campaigns. So let's start talking about platforms and reach. In 2025, we tested multiple channels and learn what really works. Across all our next summits, for example, we reached over 3 times more people compared to 2023, and we achieved this with a smarter and more efficient budget. So looking ahead into 2026, we are focusing on a clearer strategy where LinkedIn is for quality and Meta is for reach. Meta helped us get a massive visibility, while LinkedIn connect us with the right people and drive the most valuable conversation. This marks a shift in our approach, where we are moving away from just chasing leads and focusing instead on building trust and creating demand.
Now, let's talk about how communication is changing. B2B audiences are shifting how they want to connect, and that's why in 2026 we put a stronger focus on direct messages and personal outreach instead of relying on only email. Direct messages deliver incredibly strong engagement. Open rates are often close up to like 90%, and click-through rates can be up to 12 times higher compared to email and other mass outreach channels. People describe DMs as more personal and easier for connecting with a company, making them one of the most effective ways to start meaningful conversations. This is what today's audience expects: fast, personal, and relevant communication. Email will continue to play an important role in building relationships, but combining direct messages with LinkedIn let us connect faster, drive stronger engagement, and build deeper relationships. Finally, let's talk about influencers and key delegates. In 2026, we will work much closer with our speakers, delegates, and industry profiles. Their voices will help drive engagement, not just our campaigns. When our speaker and influencers promote our events, we see up to double the reach and significantly higher engagement compared to just relying on the next own channels. In the iGaming industry, people trust people more than brands. Yeah, that's even for us in Next. When our key delegates talk about Next, it creates more impact, better visibility, and stronger credibility. So 2026 has taught us a lot, and in 2026, we are taking it to the next level. We focus on quality, faster communication, and stronger relationships. That's how we build Next.
Thank you so much, Nico. Thank you for the great insights in the world of marketing. And now we're leaving the word over to Anna, our Chief Operating Officer.
2025 has been a year of transformation and growth for us, and I would like to share 3 key insights from this year and 3 goals we're focused on as we head into 2026. First, scaling up with stronger foundations. This year, we worked hard to strengthen our operational backbone, aligning our processes so that growth does not slow us down, but instead accelerates our ability to deliver. Second, digital transformation as a game changer. This project is dear to all of us. In 2025, we launched a wide-reaching digital transformation. New platforms, automations, and integrations are already making our work faster, smarter, and more efficient. However, digital transformation is not just about technology. It is about mindset. So for any company starting this journey, the key is to map your core processes and ask, where can technology remove friction and free your people to focus on what really matters? That's how we approach it, and it has made all the difference. And third, our people, passionate, driven, and world-class. In 2025, we continue building a team of A players. Their passion, energy, and drive are what make Next.io stand out and push us forward every day. Now, looking ahead to 2026, we have 3 priorities. First, continuing digital transformation. We will build on what we started this year, of course, making automations, integrations, and efficiency a top priority so we can scale with confidence. Second, focusing on our people as a whole. At Next.io, we are committed not just to career development, but also to the human side, ensuring our people feel supported, valued, and able to grow both professionally and personally. And third, creating the foundations for sustainable growth. 2026 will be a major growth year for Next.io, with plans to increase our staff count by almost 50%. Growth at this scale is exciting, of course, but it requires strong foundations. That's why our focus will be on ensuring that our people, our processes, and our systems are ready to handle this expansion sustainably, without losing what makes us unique. So to summarize, 2025 showed us what is possible. 2026 will be about building on that momentum, strengthening our foundations, empowering our people, and preparing for growth with resilience and vision. Thank you for being part of this journey with us.
Hello, everybody. I'm Will Purchase, the Sales Director at Next.io, and I'm here to give you a very quick snapshot of Next.io from a commercial perspective. So, let's kick off with some numbers. Here is the top-line growth per key project from 2024 to 2025. Some really impressive figures here from the rockstar team at Next. But what are the drivers behind these? I think it's best if we take a step back and look at what is changing in the approach companies are taking to lead generation and building pipeline across our industry and most others. At the moment, I am contacted almost daily by someone trying to sell me an AI outreach tool that's going to supercharge my sales team's results. It's never been easier to send out mass, impersonal communication to feed the top of your sales funnel. But how does that make me or you feel as a potential buyer? Don't need to remind you really that we've been here before with email sequences. Quantity starts to affect quality. Fatigue sets in, open and response rates drop. The same is already happening with AI outreach, and we're just at the beginning of that journey. So, what's this got to do with Next? Well, this trend plays directly into our sweet spot. The red thread that ties our projects together is a focus on providing our partners with the ability to build genuine relationships with the right people in the right environment. When you're at a Next event, you'll be amongst the most senior people in the industry, discussing their most important and exciting ideas and challenges. As we move into a world of increasingly automated mass outreach, it's this kind of interaction that will pay dividends, not loading up another 1,000 contacts into an AI tool. If you want to talk about this further, then do reach out to me at will@next.io.
Hi there. The content team here at Next continues to set the benchmark by delivering unique insights and formidable discussions on the most pressing and topical matters from across the globe. We push boundaries, often diving into conversations that are controversial but necessary, and that's exactly what makes our work stand out. Before I talk about 2026, let me just share with you a few highlights from the year to date. We started the year by welcoming 2 incredibly talented new members of the team, strengthening our capabilities, and ensuring we continue to raise the bar in everything that we do. Our New York event has now firmly established itself as the only dedicated North American iGaming event which delivers impactful content from across investment, iGaming, tribal affairs, and responsible gambling, continuing to attract operators and regulators from all over the region, including DraftKings, FanDuel, BetMGM, and the National Indian Gaming Commission. With the sharpest minds in the field offering insights and predictions for next year, to recapping our founder's journey from vision to acquisition, and hearing from intimate in conversations with theScore, DraftKings, and ESPN, we delivered our best delegate satisfaction score to date. Only 4 weeks later, our flagship event in Valletta lit up the European stage, uniting the industry's true heavyweights, including bringing back legends Pontus Lindvall and Jesper Karbrink, who captivated the audience with a rare candid exchange on rivalry, respect, and the realities of leadership. Flutter, Entain, and Betson headlined an agenda that tackled leadership, marketing, investment, and sustainability with unflinching honesty and bold visions. This year, we pushed the boundary of content at MCC with bold new agendas, from personal development to iGaming tech and the fast-shifting dynamics of global markets. We created conversations that truly mattered. And we didn't stop there. By extending the experience beyond the 2-day summit, we launched the Social Casino Hub and the Startup Investment Summit with partnership with betting startups, giving our community even more opportunities to connect, learn, and shape the future of iGaming. Looking ahead, Our retreats in Europe and Latin America later on the year continue to gain momentum. These gatherings attract key operators and affiliates from the regional markets, offering a carefully balanced buyer-supplier mix. And over 3 days, delegates will experience intentional networking with no distractions, no media, just meaningful business. 2025 has already been a landmark year, but 2026 is set to raise the bar even higher. We're bringing our community closer together than ever, expanding the team with fresh talent, and introducing a dedicated relationship management division for affiliates and operators. Our retreats portfolio will reach new destinations with even more curated experiences, while our flagship event in New York and Europe will not only continue to attract the industry's most influential stakeholders, but also expand leadership across affiliation, technology, and innovation. The year ahead will be bigger, bolder, and more connected than ever, and we look forward to seeing you there.
Let's take a step back. 2025 was transformational. We grew revenues by 60%. Our media nearly doubled. Next New York surged. Valletta broke records. Our retreats became the new gold standard for sea-level connection. These are just not great numbers. They're a signal of a thriving industry, alive with opportunity. So what's next? Well, next 2026 will be built on 3 pillars. First is to unite the industry. This is the year we really will push the throttle. Our mission is to build the world's iGaming community, and it will demand huge investments of time, resources, and energy. But the direction is clear, and our organization is aligning towards that goal. Second is to expand our media credibility, and we're doubling down on trust and depth. In 2026, we're launching a dedicated research arm, giving the industry data and insights it's never had before. And on top of that, we're expanding our media reach into Brazil and Latin America, one of the fastest growing regions in the world. Third is to elevate our summits. Both Next New York and Next Valletta are already tracking way ahead of our predictions. Next Valletta in particular is cementing itself as Malta's premier summit and one of the most important global gatherings of the industry. Over 30 events, a full week, the leaders of iGaming from across the world, all in one place. But with opportunity comes risk. Overregulation, excessive taxation, negative press, and squeezed margins. These challenges for the industry are more real than ever. And the only way to protect our future is through unity. At Next, we are committed to creating environments where trust is built, where relationships deepen, and where serious business happens. I want to thank all my leadership team, the entire Next family, our advisors, investors, delegates, and this incredible community for believing in us, and to our trusted partners for being part of our journey and mission. Together, we are building something far bigger than any single company. Together, we are building the world's iGaming community. Thank you.